Hey, welcome to the channel. It's Friday. It's about probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm up here and I'm starting to walk out in front of Three Kings Monument. And from here we're gonna walk down the side street and I'm gonna show you a real good place to eat if you like pasta, if you like sweet desserts and stuff like that. I'm not gonna stop and eat because I've already ate, but I'll show you where it is, and we'll probably walk through a temple as well. And along the way I'm gonna tell you a story that about a homicide that happened in London, and one of my subscribers sent me the link to it, and I was reading about it, and really it's a Thai woman that's been murdered over there, and really she's Thai, but she left Thailand when she was 1 year old, so she's actually a Chinese citizen / Thai. But anyway, that's the tie into Thailand. But it's a real interesting story, and there's no end to it yet, so we don't really know, but I'm going to tell you about it. And we're just going to walk the streets here. And I appreciate everybody who's come into the channel, left comments, bought super thanks, bought coffee, sent me emails, messages. I really appreciate that. Left comments. Really makes me feel good. I'm feeling great. Yesterday I rode my bike 53 kilometers, so there can't be a whole heck of a lot wrong with me. If I'm able to do that and still get out the next day and walk around. I did have some cramps last night, but we won't get into there. But anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see, and we'll start walking, and I'll tell you that story. Yeah, Three Kings Monument right there. And we are going to turn around and we're going to walk this direction. There's a really neat museum over there. A lot of y'all who watch the channel, I've walked this before, but I figured I'd show you again. Because it's really a neat little area. We'll go out here and hit the crosswalk and cross to the other side of the street. But the story I'm going to tell you, it's called the Marble Arch Murder. And it happened in April. And to my knowledge, there's not an arrest been made on it yet. Now we need to make sure nobody's going to run us over here. But it's a 27-year-old Thai woman. Like I said, she's a Thai and has Chinese citizenship as well, because she's basically raised in China. And she was living in a apartment across from Hyde Park in London. And it looks like the sign fell down. Yep, sure enough did. Huh. Anyway, we'll go down this way and walk down here. There's a pretty cool temple down here on the right I'll show you as well. But she had an apartment across from Hyde Park, and I understand the way she was making her living was she was renting it out Airbnb. And from the best I can tell, she had it rented out to the Ethiopian embassy, and they kind of backed out. But she had somebody that was interested in renting it. But anyway, to get to the story, she's at a party one night at her friend's house. Apparently, they get together every now and then and play board games. And this particular night, they were playing a murder mystery board game, and it was pretty late at night, and the people that were there at the party with her saying she was really distracted and wasn't really into the game. She was more interested in her cell phone and texting somebody back and forth. And they said later on in the evening, she finally said, there was an emergency and she had to leave, which they said was very, very strange for her. Yeah, it's a shame they put graffiti on this wall out here outside the temple. It's too bad. But so she left, and her friends later on tried to get in touch with her, and she wasn't responding to their texts or her calls or anything like that. And they were a little bit concerned about her because it's not it's not common for her to get up and leave like that. And apparently her boyfriend finally got aware of it. And now her boyfriend is a Chinese guy that at the time he was in Singapore with her mother. Didn't say what they were doing over there or what the story was, but he was in Singapore, and everybody was concerned about it because she wasn't answering her calls or texts or anything, and he wasn't getting any answer from her. Finally, they called, the friends called the police, and there may be a situation here where the police might be guilty of a little bit failure to act. Hello. Because it said that there was going to be an inquiry as to how the case was handled. So I don't know, there were some other indications that hello. There were some other indications that the neighbors had heard some screaming and had maybe called in. Now, it's not for sure. I will walk down this little way a little bit. I've been down here before, and I think there's some nasty dogs down here, so we may not go too far. But anyway, the boyfriend, he gets a message from her, and it was in English. And immediately, he starts freaking out, because when they anytime they ever talked or conversed or anything, it was always in Chinese. They never talked in English. So they got hold of the police, and the police went to the apartment and broke the door down. Yeah, I think this kind of dead ends right here. We won't go any further than this. Yeah. Turn around and walk out. But they break it down and they find her. And oh, that's pretty cool. She's been, yeah, there's that dog. I remember him. Unfortunately, he's tied up behind that gate. But she brutally murdered, stabbed, and blood everywhere. And I think it said she was stabbed something like 60 or 70 times. And, my first impression before I, read about the boyfriend and stuff, it sounded like, that's a typical case of a boyfriend's killed her, but apparently that's not the case. So they, they do the crime scene and everything, and the boyfriend and her mother come back from Singapore, and this is where it really kind of gets me. The boyfriend gets on her computer and finds that the night that she turns up missing, somebody was searching and playing kind of gothic type murder music, and for about 5 hours. And then the article said that it stopped and then it started back up again. And why the cops didn't find this, I don't know. The first thing when you go into a okay, this is Wat Duong Yi. I know I didn't pronounce that right. We'll walk through here a little bit. Just take a quick walk through here. But why they didn't find it, I have no clue. That's the first thing you do is you go through somebody's computer or, cell phone or whatever. That's the first thing that you do, among other things. I mean, that's not something that you would leave to, for a boyfriend to find. The investigators would find it. But it turns out when they talk to the boyfriend and they start going through some of the things, they find out that she was attempting to rent her Airbnb, her apartment there at Hyde Park, to some guy. And he was wanting to rent it for 30,000 pounds or lire or whatever a month for 3 months. But he didn't want to go through Airbnb. He wanted to do it outside, so there were no fees attached to it. And she was, with that kind of money, she was kind of game for it. But they couldn't really figure out what was going on, and apparently he was from outside the country, and he had flown in a jet. Now, whether that actually occurred or not, you know, it's not saying, because it's really the cops are not saying a whole lot other than the fact that, you know, what the boyfriend is saying, and they're hearing all this from the boyfriend. Now, whether it's true or not, I don't know. Now, as of right now, the only thing that they're saying is that they're trying to extradite someone from outside the country. Now, it seems to me that it's probably going to be somebody who's you know, speaks English and converses in English, and it doesn't say how they met, other than, you know, through the Airbnb. Now, to me, what was kind of ironic was the fact that when she turns up missing that night, she's playing, you know, a murder mystery with her friends. Now, it doesn't say whether she was in any kind of online groups or anything that were involved in that kind of stuff. It makes no mention of that, so I don't know, but, you know, it just seemed kind of strange. But so far, they haven't named a suspect. They haven't made any arrests or anything, so they may be having a hard time getting the guy extradited, if in fact that's the case. You know, I don't know. The person that sent me the link to it was kind of watching the papers over to see what happens. But it's just kind of interesting that all that kind of transcribed like that. And, you know, just some weird circumstances. But really, you know, when you're, the guy, whoever it is, he, I'm sure he understands that whatever he talked about or whatever he did over the internet with her is, you know, he's left a digital footprint without a doubt that will go right back to him. So he may not be the brightest cannon in the bunch. All right, we're gonna walk out, and we're gonna walk down here, and on the right is a place called Shu Home Cooking. And it's really good. She's got great dessert. Here, if you want to get the history on this place. She's got really great desserts, excellent pasta, and limited seating, so you might have a problem getting seated. But it's in an old style house, which is really neat. He's delivering the electric bills. Yep, not a popular man right now because the electric bills have gone sky high. Now this place is new too. Oh. Yeah, right here, Shu Cafe. It's busy. Good pasta. Hello. And good tiramisu, that's for sure. But we're gonna go straight through here. Yeah, it looks like she's opening up more of it right over here. We'll walk through this temple over here as well. Now, somebody in my last video made a comment about me taking my shoes off before I walk in the temple. Well, folks, I've been doing this so long, I could slip in and out of flip-flops before you even know it. I know a lot better than to walk in a temple with my shoes on. And I kind of chuckled a little bit. I thought it was kind of funny. This is really pretty. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm really curious to find out what happens in that case, what they actually end up doing with it. Hopefully they'll fry the guy. But you never know who you're dealing with over on the internet. This guy's over here doing his meditation. I won't interrupt him. He looks very comfortable. I think we'll walk out of here and probably go to the left. It's beautiful back in here, very peaceful too. Take off your shoes, please. Yes, I will. Beautiful temple. Absolutely beautiful. The artwork here. Well, we'll walk back out here and probably make a left. Ding the gong here. Ooh, that thing's heavy. Oops, I'll cut this off. That's the wife. Okay, I had called her earlier. And there's some place up here that makes mashed potatoes with cream cheese that she wanted. And I had called her earlier and said, I'm up here. Send me the pin to the location and I will go get your mashed potatoes and bring them home. I may even get some for myself. But this is Wat Humong Mahachacharana. I can't pronounce it. I'm not even going to try. Here, I'll get that little sticker so if you want to see it, you can look at it that way. Wat Humong Mahatharachan. There you go. That's it. There we go. All right, let's get out here and we'll walk out to the left. So who knows, you know, did she hook up with the wrong person? Yeah, definitely. Whether it was somebody to do with the Airbnb, you know, that's still yet to be seen until they snatch the guy up. And I don't understand people sometimes in some of the things that we do now. We just had a crime up here that really heartbreaking, and I've debated whether I'm going to talk about it. I may not. I don't know. It's, you know, we don't have a lot of crime up here. Not much happens, but when it does, it's usually something you'll remember. Now here's a couple of great restaurants. Archer's, they're very, very good, and Annie's. I did a video at Annie's. Food's really, really good here. But I've not ate at Archer's yet. I'll have to try that out. Now we will go down to the traffic light and make a left. And we'll come right out where Zoe in yellow is. Now the lady that, okay, we just had a battery go out and I just replaced it. The lady that has the mountain coffee told me about this place. This is where they used to house government workers over here. It's a real old building, it's really neat. And I think they're going to restore it, I hope. It's beautiful. And you got all kinds of coffee shops across the street and construction going on right here in the corner. Oh, that's some neat artwork. That is cool. That's so dangerous being down, you know, you're about at anybody's mercy there, that close to the road in a ditch working. Man. It'll be so nice when they get all this done. Now I see somebody, okay, that looks like it's coming out of a sticker that somebody's put on the wall there. I'm not, I like street art, but now I'm not a fan of graffiti, and we're starting to see a little bit of graffiti show up now. And God forbid if they catch a foreigner writing graffiti on the walls here, crucify you, which is good, because it's happened. We'll walk down here. And then go to the left, and the bike should be right off on the left. Wow, this is an old place. Whew, man. All kinds of Thai food here. Decent prices too. Those aren't extravagant prices. That's what we pay down in Hangdong. It's rare to see that. Usually it's, if you get food up here, it's usually double what it would cost you in the you out in the country. Another little restaurant here. And then you get a school right across the street. See if I can walk through here without hitting a landmine. 5-star chicken. Man, what a mess. Now let's see how I'm going to get through here. I have to go out and go around and walk out on the street. Always watch where you're walking here. If you see an electrical cord, keep your eyes on it. Chiangmai. Mangoes. Those of you who have not been to Sweet Home Coffee yet, you need to go see her. If you come here and miss Sweet Home Coffee, you've not seen everything you need to see in Chiang Mai. Her sticky rice and mango is the best, and she's just the sweetest person you ever want to meet. I've had nobody tell me that it was a wrong move to send them down there. They've all been very, very pleased, and a lot of them go back many times while they're here. So you can look through some of my videos. Her location is pinned, and it's called Sweet Home Coffee. She's on Facebook. You can look on Facebook, and that'll give you directions as well. But really, really a nice lady. All right, let's see where we're at here. We're going to come right back out on the corner, almost to where the motorcycle is. Apologize and school. This place around 4 o'clock is a madhouse. You have a hard time getting around. All vehicles prohibited. Well, folks, we're parked right across the street, so I'm going to make it over to the motorcycle. I'm going to get Lex mashed potatoes. And I appreciate everybody that's come in and watched the videos, left super thanks, bought coffee, sent me messages, and just enjoyed the videos. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.